everyone. Join us on an exciting journey with Explore the World Cameroon. London and Sydney go take you explore Cameroon, the heart of Africa. Experience the vibrant culture, nature, and traditions from Yaoundé market to rainforest adventures. Every page na new discovery. Join the Cameroonian food, music, and wildlife with our explorers. This book na true celebration of Cameroon spirit. Get your copy now. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and through your library and bookstores via Ingram's Park. Don't miss this adventure.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you'll have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. It is Thursday. Moving along, September 5. Tomorrow is Friday, but doing these live streams, I mean, the days just fly by so fast, Lord. Every day I'm looking up and, I get up early, okay? So a lot of times I'm waking up 4 o'clock, between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. I wake up like naturally now at that time, but maybe because soon as I'm doing my live stream, I get up out of here, I go straight to my room and get ready for bed and everything. So now I'm on that clock now. I get up early, which I actually like getting up that early. Because especially, you want to get up, go to the gym, and there's only a certain crowd of people that'll be at the gym that early. It's not like a big crowd, so it's beautiful. You get in, do what you got to do, get right back out, right? So, I don't know where all my early rise was at, but shout out to all of y'all who's getting up. Even when I want to sleep in, I just can't do it. I'm like, okay, maybe I can sleep in today to 7. I'm having a hard time unless I go to bed real, real late. Yeah, 2025 will be here very, very soon, but the election also will be very, very soon as well. So this is going to be very interesting to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, next Tuesday, I think next Tuesday is the 10th, will be the debate. And as I said last time, I will make sure to end the live stream with enough time, for y'all to see it uninterrupted. and all of that, because I don't want to see it uninterrupted, because I got to sit there, watch, study, rewind. I got to do my due diligence on that, right? So that's kind of like work for me. Yeah, Super Mayor. Yeah, we're going to talk about Super Mayor tonight. She was recently she held an event for the community, and Super Mayor was, saying some things that we just kind of want to cover a little bit, because, the media is kind of covering it one way. And I said, you know what, since she said share this video, I said, okay, perfect. So we definitely can get involved with her. To me, she's funny. She's funny, and I wouldn't trust her with the money. But outside of that, she's funny. But you said it's late on this side of the pond. What side of the pond is that? I'm just curious. Also, shout out to everybody who has joined, our memberships here. Shout out to you. Also, those of you who are going to Ethiopia, which is coming up very fast. Look how quick we are in September, right? And March going to come real fast. Like last time I went to South Africa, and we was like, oh, yeah, it'd be April of 2024, and April came that quick. It's crazy how quick time passed, but I guess time passed when you're having fun, right? Another thing came across the wire. Rapper Rich Homie Quan, he passed away. They're saying that, I heard the 911 tape of that. It's saying that he passed away of an overdose. Let me tell y'all something. Stop using drugs. Stop using drugs, or even just legal drugs. If you're using it outside of what the doctor prescribes or recommend, or don't be drinking alcohol with prescription drugs. Don't be doing anything like that. These prescription drugs, or even the illegal ones, aren't meant to go inside your body like that on a daily basis. Don't do that, okay? We're losing too many people, whether it's to drug or health or whatever. Because think about this, Beat King, he just died, 39 years old. Rich Homie Quan just died, 34 years old. Fat Man Scoop just died recently. He was his early 50s. I was just talking with the barber today about all of that. Like, man, like about brothers, especially brothers. I said, man, we got to go to the doctor. We got to, change our lifestyle and what we're doing, especially as black men. And I know it's hard on us as black men in this society, because call it what it is. Nobody care about us. Nobody care about any pain we go through. Nobody care about anything. As black men, we alone, and that's it. And so we dealing with so much of that. On top of all that mess we deal with just as black men, we got to deal with the racism and all other isms that come with that crap, right? Dealing with the self-hate in our own community we got to deal with. It's just so much. It's so much. But America, I've said this before, America got a spirit over it. And I didn't realize that until the first time I traveled abroad. Once I came, because I didn't feel that no more when I was out of here. When I came back, it's like, man, what is that? And I even asked Sharif at the time, I said, man, you feel like a weight coming back on you or something? And he was like, yeah, I feel that. And I'm like, yeah. I said, there's something in this place. There's something in this country. I said, it always got people weighed down. And it's like it's an oppressive spirit. That's where I'm looking for. It's an oppressive spirit. It's just around, right? But all these the evil things they've done in this land and demonic things, what else would be in here, right? It's not like Kamala talking about joy. Where are you going to get joy from, Kamala? That's what I want to know. This place isn't about any kind of joy. Tell somebody, vote for me, it's going to be about joy. Like where? Look what happened in Georgia just now. Where? Y'all still got these little Connors running up in schools, airing it out. Every time you look up, some little Connor is doing it. But no laws put down for that. Okay? Lisa is draining. I'm kind of going off on a tangent a little earlier than what I normally would, but yeah, it's draining. But y'all, look, I can get on here and I can talk 3 hours straight on about a bunch of topics without even knowing what I'm talking about. Thank God I can do that, right? But let's get back to subject, because we got those that'll come in here sometimes. You said you don't talk about the super mayor, but you're talking about everything else but the super mayor. Like, you just got to be one, right? It's always got to be one that comes here, or just anywhere in life, right? Like, just learn to be flexible in life. Be flexible. Move with the spirit of the Lord is moving with you. God bless it. Don't y'all don't like them kind of people? They just can't be flexible for nothing. They just so rigid. They like, you know, ugh. But anyway, let's queue up who I'm gonna queue up so I can get started. Ain't gonna take that long for me to get started. All right, since we've been talking, I don't want to take long on one. So let's go ahead and queue up Uncle Ruckus and then we'll get started.
People say the key to fixing the problems is education. But I say education is not the answer. Why bother? And what do they do in college anyway? Oh, they go there. They party, get drunk for 4 or 5 years, and end up just as ignorant as when they came in. You ever seen these fraternities and sororities? You ever seen these things? Silliest I've ever seen in my life. You think Aristotle turned to Achilles and said, hey, let's create a fraternity and jump up and down barking like dogs? Hell no. White man out there getting Nobel Prizes and doing business deals in the fraternities. Jumping up and down with candy canes and doing all kinds of silly with their hands. I got something for a fraternity of bananas up a tree.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Uncle Ruckus. Now, let me tell you something about what the comment just said. It says, yeah, $2,000 rent. Have you depressed, among other things? Let me tell you something about depression. And I deal with a lot of problems. Even last night, I got off the stream trying to be in my bed, and I get an email with a problem. What I'll tell you about a problem, being depressed ain't gonna solve it. You got to figure out a way to go through it. Because laying around, by the time you lay around, be depressed, feeling bad, whatever, the problem's still going to be there. You can't get immobilized. There are times, y'all, that I don't want to do anything because I have certain problems and challenges I'm dealing with. But I still got to get on here and do my job. I still got to answer my emails. I still got to answer the team members. I still got to, answer my wife, answer my children. When they come to me about different things, right? Family members. I can't, at times I want to feel bad for myself. Oh, trust me, I do. But what comes to me, that's not going to solve nothing. How is that going to solve something? You got to keep moving. You got to figure it out, And at least if something happened, at least you was fighting the whole way. So, hey, I'm fine with going down fighting. But if I'm just going to sit here and just, what I'm going to do? That has never solved my problem. And then at the same time, some of y'all different, I try to lean on God too. I ask God for help and give me ideas or whatever. And so I can get out of it and say, God, give me some favor with this situation. And God comes through every time. Because there's a lot of times that I don't know how it's going to work. Trust me. I don't tell y'all everything I deal with and what comes my way and what I'm struggling with now. And I don't tell y'all anything because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. But feeling sorry for yourself, that's not going to get it. Drugging yourself up, drinking yourself to death, that's not going to get it. That's not going to solve a single problem in your life. So let's get started. Class is in session here. Class in session. Super Mayor had recently held an event. Your favorite Democrat Super Mayor of America, right? She's the best one in America. And at this event, it was something positive. It was a positive event she had for the community. I can't say it was nothing negative about what she was doing. But the reason why I'm going to talk about her tonight is I want you to just hear what she says yourself, and I'm going to let you be the judge, and we will come back and follow behind it. Okay, so let's go ahead on and get to your Super Mayor. And let's go.
Hey guys, hey! It's your Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the People's Mayor, People's Supervisor. We are here at the picnic that's going on right now in our village, Dolton, at the rink 14312 Greenwood in Dolton. Come on out, let me show you what's going on right now. Remember, people will always try to stop things that they don't want to prosper. But I spend my own money to make sure that I put on for my city. So I always put my money where my mouth is. And that means I love y'all residents. Here we go. You already, again, we bought this food. I keep telling y'all. Surpluses are in the township due to Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. We got a $4 million surplus in our GA department. Come on, man. I keep telling y'all, keep talking that mess, but stop it. Try to keep up with me, please. Again, we bought this food. Hey, I told y'all. This is what I do. I don't know how many times I gotta show y'all, prove it to y'all, write it down, take a picture, make a video. I don't give a woo. Hey, but we got all of this for you right here. We got meat. Look at that turkey. Like I said, it ain't Thanksgiving, and we got the ham. Woo! Y'all ain't ready. Ain't that say Sarah Lee? Who that say? Oh, okay. I thought it was Sarah Lee. Almost. So, guys, shot a video. Y'all gonna be so proud of me. I got a lot of great things coming up. Again, Tiff is gonna speak, and I'm gonna shut it all down. But you know, we don't be having time to literally go back and forth with people that's down here because I am doing too much good in my neighborhood. And for those that don't know, let me make sure I'm crystal clear about this. I ain't never took a goddamn thing in my life. So I want to make sure y'all hear it out my mouth because y'all with all this little fake hate don't make no doggone sense. I don't have to do anything like that. Never will I. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that. People mad because I care. People are mad because I can actually show up and show out and give things like this to the public who need it. It's sad. If y'all really want to make some noise, y'all should be blasting the people that try to stop this. They try to stop this event from me feeding y'all that need the food. Make that make sense. You got people out here hungry. People out here don't know where they're going to get their next meal from. But the minute I go and say, hey, open up the food pantry, get them the food, because it's the people's food. Y'all got a problem with it. You got board members voting to stop, like, unity events. Stop a picnic to feed people, guys. Make it make sense. But y'all missing the biggest point. You got people like myself that care about community that people try to stop. People will always try to stop things they cannot control. That's what it's all about. Someone young, vibrant, energetic like myself, who cannot and will not be bought, is the one that's constantly moving forward. Throughout all the controversy, throughout all the drama, all the naysayers, all the haters. And I see some of y'all in the line. Let me flip the camera around so you can see them in the line. Whoop, there she go. Look, right there, right there. Whoop, that part. But they'll tell you that. Then they get in a little hate group. But you in my line getting food, your kids out here bouncing in a bouncy house, you on the skate rink, all that. And I'm cool with that because I love everybody. The good, the bad, and the hateful. I love all y'all. But all I'm saying is y'all, stop trying to tear somebody down. Thinking your light gon' glow. Trying to dim mine. It ain't gonna work. Stop. God put me here. God wanted me to lead the people. God knew that I wouldn't take no mess. He knew that I would stand strong in the fire for you. Because think about it. It's people with opinions that don't even know me. But you got all this hate in your heart for hearsay. Stuff you hear, like y'all in high school. Come on, when we do that? At the end of the day, you're supposed to teach the kids. Y'all teaching them how to be negative and have evil spirits. That ain't what I do. I'm all about loving on one another, passing the baton, uplifting people. That's what it's all about. Now, let me go back to this food line. Let me go back and love on my people. You know what I'm saying? That part. Because that's what it's about. Making sure that we survive as a race, let alone as people. But making sure that we produce and give resources out here in the community. Because everybody talking good talk, but ain't nobody doing it. And I told y'all that before. I can't stand fake politicians. I can't stand people that only do work when it's beneficial to them, when it's time to run for office. Where y'all was at for 4 years? I've been doing this for the last 12 years. Go back. That's why I said do your research. The last 12 years, haven't missed a beat. Never is election time when I'm feeding my people and making sure they lights on, they gas bill paid, they rent paid, they mortgage paid. I help them bury their loved ones, all that. But y'all ain't talking about the good stuff that I actually produce. The surpluses that I actually have. Since becoming a supervisor at Thorton Township, they had deficits forever. Forever, ever. They spent $5 million at Thornton Township and didn't have the money. But did y'all talk about that when the other supervisor was in place? No, y'all didn't. That's why I say, stop lying on me. Stop with all the little fake stories. Stop. Go find some truth. And that's what we gonna do here. We gonna show you what truth is. And I see that they just reported that in Chicago, y'all got what, $40 million deficit or something else? Like, come on, stop it. Go and love on somebody. It's more to life than just talking about Tiffany Henyard. Y'all know that, right? I'm the topic in conversation of all y'all stuff. Stop. Go and love on your family. Life is short. Half the time when y'all come and see me, guess what's happening? Either you got a problem that the haters can't help you with. They can't help you pay your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, your mortgage, your rent. Or you have something that happened, meaning somebody died, and you need help burying your loved ones. These are the things that I stand for. The commitment to the community. That's what Tiffany Henyard represents. And they have to try to do this character assassination because they can't control me. Other than that, why else are you talking about Tiffany Henyard every day? Gosh, at least show the good that I do. At least show some stuff that y'all benefit residents from. But they don't show that stuff on the news. They just show negativity. But guess what? Stay tuned. Because today, tomorrow, yesterday, I fight back. And I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. At the end of the day, I don't have to keep on responding to everything somebody say. I don't do that. That ain't what I do. It's too much going on in my life, meaning positive, to keep coming down and talk about negativity. That's not what you should do as a leader. Leaders uplift. Leaders show you what it's like to grow a community. And to actually stand in a fire while doing it, and guess what? Doing good and looking good too at the same time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Super Mayor, and I wanted to let that go in its entirety. Now, the original video is about 18 minutes long, and I tried to cut it down much as I could, but yet you can still hear what she had to say. Now, realistically, I saw y'all laughing. I think she's funny, too. She's a character. I think she could do great things, but you just got to say, okay, Tiffany, you can't have the city credit card, and you can't have no access to any of the money, but go over here, knock yourself out, right? Now, yes, her history, she was a trustee for actually a very long time in that city. And nobody really said anything about her while she was a trustee, but it's when she became mayor is when all the issues kind of, started up. Of what she said about Chicago, that's true. But what Tiffany did not say about Chicago is that they are paying all this money for the migrant crisis. And cities who are paying all this money for the migrant crisis, a lot of them are going in the red. I don't think Chicago would be in the red too much if they didn't have this migrant issue going on. And I'm not the biggest fan of Brandon Johnson, but if we're going to talk about Chicago, we're going to talk about Brandon Johnson, well, let's talk about what's really going on. So she said that the people need that food. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's talking about her, you're down here. I'm just only repeating her words. You're down here. I think she put on a good face for somebody that's being investigated by the feds. She put on a good face when she had to turn in a bunch of documents to a grand jury. I think she put on a good face for all her lieutenants around her is either getting indicted or something going on with them. She putting on a good face. Either she going to be the Teflon Tiff or I don't know. I mean, Tiffany did have a mugshot before, so it's not that she's never been to jail. I'm not saying prison, but it's not that she's been to jail. Maybe it was county. I don't know. But, she's had a mugshot before. That's nothing new. But, I can see why people maybe kind of, gravitate to her. She's very personable. She may be loud and kind of not what you normally would see, but that's okay. Now, I seen a person make a comment about, that's what the Democrats think about us. Anyway, listen, it don't matter if you act like Tiffany Henyard or you can be the most prim and proper black person. The Democrats look at us all the same as ninjas, okay? And the quicker you figure that out, the better it is. Just, you have to understand the Democrats are the, nice slave master. And I can't even say they're too nice anymore, but traditionally they've been the nice slave master. The slave master that's not going to just beat his slaves. The slave master that's not going to be violating women. The slave master that actually made the slaves feel like they were family. And if one of them had to be beaten by the overseer, the slave master just couldn't stand seeing it, but he understood it had to happen because they got out of line, right? Then, of course, you had the other slave masters, very, very harsh. Beating the slaves all the time, violating the slaves all the time, very, very harsh. Slaves down that plantation. So most slaves, like, if I'm going to be a slave, then let me go with the good slave master. At least he halfway treat me like family. Yeah, I got to work all day. Yeah, I'm still, low to him, but at least I'm not over there with him. And that's kind of how black people are, at least with the Democrat Party, is that's why they even get so angry, because in their mind, we talking about Tiffany because she's part of the Democrat Party, but in their mind, if I already accepted that I'm going to be enslaved, I'm enslaved. So at least if I'm going to be enslaved, let me have the good slave master. I don't want the harsh one. Let me have the good one. And that's really what a lot of that is with a lot of black people, to be honest with you. Now, Tiffany says she didn't steal no money. Well, Sister Tiffany, you say you didn't steal money, but why are you staying at the Four Seasons in Atlanta? I know how much the Four Seasons Hotel costs. I know about a lot of hotels in Atlanta, and you could have stayed at the Grand Hyatt. That's a nice hotel. Very, very nice hotel. You could have stayed at the Intercontinental Hotel. It's literally right around the corner from the Grand Hyatt in Buckhead. You could have stayed over there. They have another JW Marriott that's nice over there too. It's still in the Buckhead area. You could have stayed there. And it's not Four Seasons prices. I think the JW Marriott would run you like, $230 a night? I don't think the city would have had a problem with you staying at the JW Marriott. But when you stay at the Four Seasons and you're bringing a gang of people with you, like you're the president of the United States. Come on, Tiffany. I mean, you can't just say, well, we on business. So, and then when y'all went to Vegas, right? All kind of shady things, Tiffany, happened in Vegas. Tiffany, I like your personality. I think you should have been some sort of content creator, podcast, or whatever. I think that'd been a great career for you. Just based off of how you present yourself, and you got the gift of gab. I see that. But when it comes to that money with city and all that stuff, you playing with fire, because it's been a lot of politicians that have been brought down by the FBI by doing a lot less. Like Kwame Kilpatrick was doing a lot less than what you're doing, ma'am. So that trip to Las Vegas that they had, they say they went out there for city business, whatever. But then one of your staff members said that one of your homies violated her on the trip. And then when she came to Tiffany about it, they said Tiffany said, hey, well, let me handle this because it's going to ruin me politically if you say something. Now, if you was about standing with women, then you would have came out front and you would have got in front of it and you would have said, listen, this happened. I'm ordering an investigation, XYZ. We won't tolerate this sort of treatment, but no, you cared about your political career. Sometime in life, Tiffany, we got to get ahead of things and stand in front of it and say, yeah, this happened, but this is what we're going to do to fix the issue. So, or what about the businesses out there? People that didn't support your campaign. You had your police run up on them. I mean, these things happen. That's why FBI investigation got started. So it's like you presenting a good face, and I'm not saying the event that you did wasn't positive. I support that. But come on, sister. Come on. We can't be like that. Look, all them residents that's upset with you, talking about they hating on you. Listen, when everybody mostly is against you and they're saying the same thing about you, it's something to kind of pause and think about a little bit. Then you're already getting $300,000 a year. Really, that's enough money for the year. Most people in the chat would love, if they don't make it, they would love to make $300,000 a year on their job or business, whatever, right? It was no reason to go rack up the cost. And all you had to do with the city is say, look, what hotels can I stay at? Can I stay at these? And they say, okay, cool, you can. But if you do for the people, let me tell you something about people, what I know, especially about black people. If you do good with black people and you take care of them and they actually see you taking care of them, they wouldn't care if you stayed at the Four Seasons. They wouldn't have cared. They'll say, nah, man, Tiffany take care of us. Tiffany do this. Man, we good. The city's great. We making money. Businesses are doing great. Man, if Tiffany wants to stay at the Four Seasons, who cares? That's how most people are. If you're treating them right, they don't care. Look, reward yourself. Why not? But that's that, right? With Tiffany. So I want to hear what Tiffany has to say, what she going to put out or whatever. My thing is, the only thing that I guess would vindicate you a little bit if they come back and say, you know what? There's no charges or nothing. She did nothing wrong. We looked at the books. She did everything legal and lawful. Everything's fine. But, that's not really funny to get raided by the FBI, because usually when you get raided, usually something come out of that. You know, from what I've seen, you know, with many people that's been raided over the years, usually some charges gonna come. Maybe not today, but they're gonna come. You say she live in large. Look, you be on with you. I'm gonna be on with you. I really don't want her to go to jail. I really don't. I think she's funny. She's very funny. Like I said, I just think that if she for some reason did do some things legal, but it was just shady but legal, I don't think she should be over the money. That's the only thing that I'm saying. Like, I guess if she's mayor, rein her in, put her and tell her, look, you're not getting no expensive Tahoes. You're not running around here with this police detail. You're not the president of the United States. You don't have the Secret Service. So what is that? Nobody coming at you like that. Trust me, if y'all seen Tiffany Henyard somewhere, y'all not about to mob. If anything, y'all probably laugh at her and like, hey, that's the super mayor. Can I take a picture with you? It probably wouldn't be no, oh, I'm about to get at her. No, nobody gonna harm Tiffany Henyard. Cause who? Now maybe some people that's in her city, but I wouldn't want to be in a position where I have to walk around with that many police. Like, what I need them for? I'm getting that much hate? Oh, yeah. She's funny. I think if she'd have been in Africa, she'd have been fine all the way around, even what she's doing now. A lot of them African politicians are just like her. They just don't have the personality she have. I think she'd have fit just great in a lot of these African cities. You know, because some of them politicians, you know, you study African politics, they'd tell you. A lot of those African brothers and sisters, that's why a lot of them want to come here, because them politicians did all that U.S. aid that's coming from our tax dollars to some of those countries, the people not seeing a dime. But all the people who getting the money is like the Tiffany Henyards. They riding where this group of people don't even have lights, but where the politician over there staying, he got lights. He got Range Rover, Mercedes. He got side chicks. He got a main chick. He got everything. And it's all coming from the U.S. Taxpayers. A lot of corruption going on. But let's see if Tiffany put out her information. Let's see if she put out her information. I'm here to see it. You say, well, you know, yeah, it's she is treating them bad. Listen, I'm gonna tell you about black people. Just listen to me about black people. Black people have been done so bad in this country. If you just give, and I'm talking about minimum, if you give black people a genuine 30% of good effort and good tithings, they will be happy with you. If you gave them 75 to 95%, they will literally deify you. Okay? It's not much she really have to do to keep black people happy. Just don't get the city in debt. Show up for the people. Be there for the people. Make sure they good. Take care of your elderly in the community. Take care of your poor. Try to end your homeless if you got any homeless over there. Like, just try to make sure everybody's good and taken care of. They can come to you and say, hey, we got this problem with the water in the city. We got this problem with potholes. And every time they call you getting it fixed. Everything is straight. Man, and you throw events like that. Cause look at Clyburn all these years. Look at your boy Clyburn. Clyburn been throwing a dog on fish fry every year. Look, black people like when you throw events. So Clyburn will throw his fish fry. And really, I think that fish fry has kept Clyburn in office all those years. So, you know what? Yeah, I know nothing's changed with Clyburn, but he sure makes some good fish at that fish fry. I just know my people. You can say, well, we all not like that. You're right. But a lot of us are. Because we've been beat down so much that even the bare minimum from black people make us happy. It's just the truth. Well, I wouldn't call nobody names. It's just when you're not used to having nothing, or you're not even used to being treated right, just a little. So that's why I tell people, if black people get to the point that they're tired of you, understand you done a lot. That's what I know about black people. We will forgive you. We will work with you as long as you humble about it. as long as you say, okay, yeah, I'm wrong, with the situation, God's still working on me, those kind of responses, can y'all forgive me? Most black people will forgive you. Don't just keep doing it. But if you have some indiscretion, whatever it may be, let's say she spent money she wasn't supposed to spend. If she would have came to them and say, look, when I got in office, I did spend some money, but I tried to do it for this, that, and the third, but it didn't come out the right way like I wanted to. But this is what I'm going to do to fix it, right? If she just came up front and said that to them and actually committed to fixing it, they'd be like, well, we all make mistakes, man. Who am I to judge? Because I made mistakes too. She's not doing it again. That's why I tell people, if you on the out to black people, you really done a lot. See, with the folks, you don't get too many chances over there. But with us, we actually, we'll forgive you. We'll give you chances. We may get mad at you. We may talk about you. We may say a lot. We may even say some mean things. But in the end, after you kind of got beat up on a little bit, it's kind of one of them things. They're picking up the phone and like, hey, Tiffany, hey, you hungry? You know how black people are. You hungry? Yeah, come over here. We eating. They're like, well, I thought, man, forget all that. Come on and eat over here. We already talked about that. You know how we are. You know how we are. And that's really what I love about black people. That's why I don't want to pivot outside of my community. Some people that want to, like in my position, they want to cross over. They want to go to the white audiences and all of that, right? That's usually what that crossover is. Just crossing over means you're trying to go to the white audience. But what I learned a long time ago, I don't really have to cross over because all these different audiences are already watching, what we're doing right now. And hello to everybody that's watching, shout out to you. Glad you're here. I learned a long time ago, I didn't have to cross over. I learned that. That if I can just be good right where I'm at, as long as I'm good with black people, I'm good with the Caribbean audience we have, I'm good with the African audience we have, the Latin audience we have, the black Latin people we have, or the Blasian audience we may have. There's some Blasians out there that watch. As long as I'm cool with them, I'm okay. And I have literally kept that model for the past 12 years. And that model has not failed me yet. I mean, I don't get big corporate sponsors here. I don't. Small businesses in the black community have supported us or worked with us, like all the different tours we've done. That's been black American companies like that's done that. Like when the first one, when I went to Ethiopia, that's what the rep from the ambassador here kind of helped schedule some of that just so we can go see it, right? But in 2019, we was Worldviews at the time, Traverse Culture now. Black American company, we took everybody to Kenya, first time, 2019. Then we did the Real South Africa, another black American company, right? And great time. So you say, oh, y'all taking trips, but I'm working with black American people that understand our people and understand the nuances of black people and certain things. Like I remember Mark would say that at the hotels, he would tell them, you need to make sure you have some washcloths in those rooms. He said that they didn't like washcloths. He said, listen, these are black Americans. You got to have washcloths. You got to have that. And I say, see, he said, but that's a difference with me being here, let's say, versus someone that don't know the culture. I say, yeah. I say, the washcloths is very important, in our culture, right? Or you got Brother Jay Cameron with his company, right? He understands black people. So, everything that we've ever done has been with black people. And when some people say that you can't work together, that's a lie. I've worked with black Americans. I've worked with Caribbeans. I work with Africans. I've worked just about with a lot of people over the years. And, some, I'm still, of course, still working with now. Some over the years, relationships come and go at times. It happens, but maybe you not see them here, but we still talk, behind the scenes, right? You don't have to pivot. You don't have to pivot. That's why if my people don't like what I like, if I know it's a consensus of something I'm doing or whatever, and I know the people don't like it for whatever the reason, I cut it off. Or if anybody working here is doing something that the people's really not liking, I'll talk to them and I'll cut that off too. And if you don't stop, I'll get you out of here because we're not going to do that. We're going to keep, our people happy y'all, we appreciate y'all. Like all the people that's downloaded our app and all of that. I mean, I don't have a racial demographics, but it's safe to say that it's mostly us. Maybe some people other than us here and there. And thank you, Shireen, for joining. Right? But that's who it is. Or y'all have helped us, with your support to help us put money in the pocket of black people for years with y'all support, right? So I don't take none of that for granted. I don't take any of that for granted. I don't. Now, some people come by and they say things or whatever, and even when I tell y'all, I'm so much in a different headspace now, and thank God about that. Like, I just don't even like to hear certain negativity because I don't even have time to engage it, really. And that's a good thing. I'm so busy now, I don't have time to even engage certain negativity. Because I'm like, I got to do this show. I got to do my podcast. Hey, I got to make sure, what the team is doing over here. Oh, well, Kellen's telling me about this. We got to get this done. Hey, I'm getting ideas for different shows that we can go ahead and produce, right? So speaking about shows, the reason why I keep promoting also getting the app, because that those funds help us to grow the platform. We can do these exclusive shows that we want to do, because I want to buy about 2 more cameras. I think we need about 3, and if we get about 2 more than what the cameras that we already have, we can really do some TV style stuff. I mean, because I was looking at some of the filming that was done in South Africa with the camera that we have, and I'm like, wow. It was crazy, and I want to produce, certain shows that I can do here and also throughout the world as well. But a variety of shows, because I was telling them I want to get to the point where I'm doing shows where I'm behind the scenes. I'm not want to be the host of everything. Eventually, my ultimate goal is to eventually get up out this seat. Not all the way, though. I'll still be here, but let some other people have that seat for a minute. Let me try to produce something else in the background and grow this thing, because that's what I want. I want to grow it. Yeah. Well, see, we got to get the community involved. Like, everybody that's helped me has been in the community. Like, I remember straight up, I didn't know much about a whole lot. And, at one point in time, man, I owed so much. Because I didn't know about the way it works with self-employment tax versus regular tax. Boy, at one point in time, I really had owed something. And I had and I had a brother, CPA, and he like, oh, man, boy, he said, you lucky you never got audited. I'm like, oh, boy, like that, right? And that brother helped me out of all that issue. That's why when I even hear those terms, so when you hear me railing about, the Democrats and IRS, is because I've dealt with them before. Of course, I never dealt with them to the point like you getting charges. No. Nobody never said I didn't pay anything. It's just certain things you owe, right? But businesses, because I didn't understand the way the filing and the structure, and it's a lot of things I had to get education on over the years too, right? Or they make mistakes. One time they said I didn't report a certain amount of money. I'm like, what? No, yes, I did. Long story short, yes, they say, yeah, he did report it. I was about to say, man, you ain't about to get me. So it's a lot I've dealt with over the years. But it led us to where we at today, right? And so when you go back to people like Tiffany Henyard, and you have a lot of black people angry with you and screaming at you and going in on you, even the black politicians. When you see black people yelling at you and being pissed off and all of that because you're not doing anything, think about how many years you didn't do something for black people to get mad at you. Look at what happened in California. They were screaming and yelling because they don't do nothing for them. Maxine Waters, they didn't do nothing. Now, and may she rest in peace. Sheila Jackson Lee. Sheila Jackson Lee was the perfect politician. Sheila Jackson Lee, and while a lot of people in the 18th district love Sheila, say whatever you want to say about Sheila, but they love Sheila. You know why? Every time there was some event, every time there was something going on, Sheila was there. I remember I went to a concert me and my wife went to, and Sheila was up there with them at the concert. Sheila show up if some tragedy happened, Sheila's there. Like, I ain't never seen nobody show up that much at events or whatever something going on like Sheila Jackson Lee. And when people see you that much and they can holler at you and talk to you and whatever, they like you. And you may not even got to do much, but she showed up a lot. That's why people voted for Sheila all those years, just to be honest with you. Yes, exactly 60 years it took for black people to get tired of the Democrat Party, but I want to see that tiredness turned into action. That's what I want to see. In November, I want to see if y'all really tired. That's what's going to tell me if you're really tired or not, November. Because I've also seen black folk for years complain, but go vote Democrat. That's kind of like a woman complaining on her man and her friends all day, how horrible he is. He's not loving. He's this, he's that. I'm sick of him and I'm tired of him. And then the friends say, okay, well, if he that bad, leave him. Well, no, and then she go right back, right? See her again. She complaining, but she go right back. And that's really how black people have been with the Democrats. Because black people prior to this have been complaining about the Democrats. But when it get time to voting, well, we can't have them Republicans in there. I know the Democrats are not good at times and they got their problems, but at least they're not the Republicans. So basically you're going right back to that abusive relationship. And the Democrats know that. That's why Kamala just put out a new ad lying about Project 2025. Once again, they keep saying Donald Trump's Project 2025. The dude didn't put that out. They keep putting out disinformation because they know he didn't put that out. Like they are so desperate for something on Trump. Like Trump got issues you could stick to him. That's easy, actually. But lying, you don't have to lie. Trump got so many things that's truthful about him that you could actually attack him on. But they got to lie about Project 2025. And in that particular ad, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show y'all this ad. Hold on. I saw that ad. Let me see if it's in my. Give me a second, y'all. I want y'all to see this ad that put out by the Harris campaign. Let's see here. Give me a second. History. Okay, here we. Trump's project. All right, here we go. I want y'all to see this ad real quick. And I want y'all to listen to it. Let me see, where's my thing at? Give me a second. I gotta bring this window up. Okay, there we go. All right. So look at this.
Trump's Project 2025 agenda will give him unchecked political power with no guardrails, and it would take Black America backwards. Project 2025 would strip away our voting rights protections, and it eliminates the Department of Education. It would also require states to monitor women's pregnancies. It bans abortion and would rip away health coverage for millions. Kamala Harris will stand up to Trump and his MAGA loyalists' dangerous plans to control our lives. Because Trump is out for himself, while Kamala Harris is for the people.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
All right, so this part right here, they will stand up to Trump's Project 2025. That's disinformation. And this other part that I really thought that was interesting. She can't say she's black, but hold on. Let's go back to this part.
Unchecked political power with no guardrails, and it would take Black America backwards.
Okay, now she couldn't say she black in the interview, but this
no
here.
Guardrails, and it would take Black America backwards.
It's gonna take Black America backwards, right? So now all of a sudden you cared about Black America. I mean, like, you can't make that up. So you keep saying Trump's Project 2025 when it's a lie. I'm telling you, why are y'all putting that out? Why? Even your own fact checker said that's not true. Oh, I've said it wasn't true because it's not true. Trump is not part of the Heritage Foundation. Well, his allies, they support him and they're part of Heritage Foundation. That's not his campaign. It's not. Now, prior to getting on this live, I was as being part of the media, invited to a Zoom call that was put on by the black media director of the Trump campaign. And Tim Scott was in there as well. And actually one of the people in there recognized me, and they're like, "Oh, man, I love your show." I said, "Okay, brother, I appreciate it." And so they had it was two black women. I'm not going to mention any names. That's the black media directors for the campaign. And so I got to just, kind of listen in on some things. Well, for so long, then end up, kicking all the media out, right? We couldn't hear the rest of it. But I had, we had some back and forth about interview, right? So I may interview, if it works out, interview her. That way I can ask some questions about their campaign. I would also like to talk to the Harris campaign, whoever their liaison is with the campaign. I love to talk to them too. I love to talk to both sides. Because maybe the Harris campaign may say something to change my mind, right? Let's see. But I'm willing to talk to the Democrat and Republican. I've been said that. Democrats are welcome to come here. I'm not going to be mean to them. As long as they're not a shield, I'm cool. Because most Democrats I've talked to, they got common sense. But the shields is like, they need to be, diagnosed, I guess, at this point. From what I've seen. But yeah, if you invite me, if it's a Republican, Democrat, whatever, I'll go as part of the media and listen to it. I don't have no emotional attachment to none of y'all. My emotional attachment is to the community. And y'all not the community. So for me, it's business. It is complete business. What is September 6th? Is that tomorrow? Okay, cool. Yeah, Kellen was sending me something. I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about that was going down tomorrow. Glad he told me that. You say you got a black green lantern? What is that? Well, of course. Well, you say they don't want to see us move forward. Listen, there are people that was you got to think about it. At one point in time, they did not even want to see us off the plantation, literally the physical plantation. Right? There are people that say we'll never get off the plantation. You'll never get off. Well, we're talking, right? There are people that say segregation today, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. Well, segregation, Jim Crow, that ended. So they're not God. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all before, we're going to get reparations. We're going to get it. We're going to get reparations because they're going to be forced to do reparations for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but they're going to be forced to do reparations. They're not going to want to do it reluctantly, like happy to do it, but they're going to do it. I don't know why, but they're going to do it. Just like they wasn't happy about doing civil rights and anything else. But they kind of reluctantly do it because they was kind of in a situation where they kind of had to. And that's what I believe about reparations. Some way, somehow, we going to get it. And they gonna give it. It is, But now this is the question I always ask black people. Once you get reparations, there's certain things you can't tell them no more. So are you ready for that reality? Like once they give you reparations and they say, "Hey, I don't want to hear nothing about no slavery. I don't want to hear nothing about whatever." Right? Now, you could say, well, when it comes to the Jewish community, they've gotten plenty. And still getting things from Germany. And people still talk about the Holocaust. So that's why I say to that. Yeah, we can get our reparations, but we still going to talk about slavery. Because it's a legacy of it. And we don't want it repeated again. So we definitely got to talk about slavery. For sure. We got to learn it. We got to teach our children about slavery. We got to teach the history of how we came out of slavery. We got to teach about Reconstruction. We got to teach about all the towns that were destroyed. We got to teach all of that. So our kids don't get in a position where they start comparing themselves with others. Because one thing, don't ever let your kids compare themselves, or you don't even compare yourself to these other groups. Because these other groups that come in here don't have your story. These other groups weren't even enslaved and they ran from their homeland. Think about that. All these groups that run to the United States, I'm coming here for a better life. They weren't even enslaved. They were not enslaved. They were not put in the Jim Crow system. They wasn't put in a convict leasing in their country. They wasn't. Sure, have they had some dictators and maybe roughed them up a little bit, did some things, yeah, but not nowhere near what we went through in this country for slavery, and we didn't run nowhere. We right here. So that's why deep down inside, I think why a lot of black Americans for sure don't really have a lot of respect with that. Well, I'm left because I want a better life. Like, bruh, we went through hell here. If anybody should have left for the better life, it should have been us. We should have left for a better life. And we stood, we fought, we still fighting to this day. So that's why, like, deep down inside, y'all don't really respect that I ran here for a better life deal, because you go back to their homeland where they come from, like, bruh, you looking around and like, okay, you had some poverty, but bruh, there ain't nobody doing you nothing. I'm here in your spot. I'm looking around. Like nobody's doing you nothing. What you mean you left for a better life? These other groups could not endure what we endured. None of them could. And I say all of them outside of us couldn't. They couldn't endure not even a year. Look, prime example. The Asian community got a little teeny taste. Just a tiny taste of what we get daily. And look how they fell apart. They were crying. They won't come shop with us no more. They won't come eat in the restaurant no more. How many times black people deal with that? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Or they were being targeted and all that. Yeah, they were. That's been our everyday life here. You know what I'm saying? And look how they were falling apart. On a little, I'm like, this much minuscule discrimination and attacks. But we've been attacked every freaking day of our existence in this country. You get attacked for just being quiet, not saying nothing. You get attacked. That's the crazy part. You could be quiet, not bothering nobody, and could be attacked, followed in the store. You could look like you even make money and they still will follow you in the store. Nobody following no Asian person in the store or the white person or anybody. They ain't not following them. Then I'm just telling you, when I go to some of them homeland, I'm looking at it different. I'm like, man, look at all this opportunity. Like, you left here? I said, look at the opportunity. Because we've been through some real stuff here. Man, nobody broke up their families. Their families are still intact. That's why when they come over here, what they do, they come in families. They didn't have no Moynihan report talking about benign neglect against them. They didn't have no COINTELPRO done to them. They didn't have their groups similar, let's say, to the Black Panthers trying to feed their community and do different things. You know, they didn't have, yes, some of their leaders were, taken out by the Western powers. Yes. Definitely, yes, I will say that. Confessions of an Economic Hitman, you read that book, it talks a lot about what happened in Latin America, and that's why the place is so almost destabilized in a lot of areas, is because of what this government was doing in Latin America. That's for sure. A lot of that cartel stuff that go on, man, you do the research, a lot of the DA is involved with a whole lot of things. But still, all in all, they leave their homeland talking about for a better life, but yeah, look at us and look what we have done. Over here. What did he say? Why is it that early? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so you go to the country, I'd be like, you ran from this, at least you were around people who mostly look like you. Keisha, I say the same thing. But at the same time, they grew up with people that look like them, so they don't know how it feels to be in a minority when they're in the majority. So they don't look at people of color, they look at your ethnic group, your religion. That's what they kind of look at in a lot of those places. Yeah, but also at the same time, we also have to think, we see the opportunities, but also we have the American dollar. And because we have the American dollar, we can do a whole lot more than they can do in their currency. So You also got to keep that in perspective too, because you coming in as American, regardless, you're coming in as an advantage. Even a Black American, you're coming in with an advantage. And being a Black American is you get respect. People do respect you. You may not get respected in this country. I've been more respected as an American outside this country than in this country. Straight up. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. That's very, very important. And we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on the African Diaspora News Channel. Make sure you check out all the great content presented by everyone like Sister Warren Gale and Demetra and Naledi and Rendelway and Emma and Sister Vicky and Charmaine, and also go to Emancipation Media, our other channel, Emancipation Media. That's why I do my shorter commentaries for news there. It'll be myself, Demetra, and Sister Alexandria. Check that out. If you like our podcast, that's 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. You can head over there. And also, if you like, our entertainment style content, we talk about different things outside of politics and all the serious stuff. You can go to